now 30. Irish Joe Duffy is 29. Todd Anderson back in there for this one. While many of you were in commercial break, we were talking about the nutritionist Tyler Mint in DC, working both sides of this. And I will say for James Vick, came in 4 pounds lighter than normal, was 172 pounds on the mix.
Unreal.
All right, here we go. Highly anticipated prelim here. James in black, Irish Joe Duffy is in gray.
Skill-wise and on paper, this is a good fight. This one I'm excited for. This could be on the main card of most pay-per-views.
Right.
The Irish are singing already.
They're everywhere, and they are loud everywhere. Irish Joe Duffy.
For a small island, I mean, what coverage those people have. Stunning.
James Vick very surprised. He was the betting underdog tonight to that end. He placed a mass bet on himself.
Well, when you look at them and their backgrounds, right? James Vick is a Golden Glove champion. At his amateur, Joe Duffy has the 7-0 professional boxing record. If boxing is the main skill, then you would imagine that the pro would be the favorite.
Tremendous pressure by Duffy. Mixing things up well. James Vick with a jab.
The pressure of Duffy has to be used because Vick's a long guy. As John said, it's very difficult and crazy to think that 6'3" makes this weight class. So Duffy does have to fight with that pressure, allow Vick to actually stand back and pick his shots and fight at range.
Two exchange leg kicks there. Good fake knee and a right hand behind it by Vick. The right hand fell a little short, but I like what he's trying to set.
Vick does that. Vick does a good job of actually taking his time, finds that range, and when he finds that shot, it hurts you. He's a fantastic finisher.
Straight right hand there by Vick.
Right down the pipe.
And an nice uppercut.
Yep.
Both guys really with plus skills everywhere. 10 submission wins for Joe Duffy coming in.
Duffy with the right hand over the top.
And that was set up by body jab, changing levels, not just head hunting there.
And a nice low leg kick by Vick. But that kick has become so popular, that calf kick.
Yes.
Vick will split the Duffy guard with his jab. Just about at the midpoint of round one here. We are over to pay-per-view at the top of the hour.
Duffy has a really good jab, and he's so good at it because it is a box. It's down at the hip, the left hand's low, and that jab comes at an odd angle, right? It's not straight at you. It comes from up. There it is. It comes from down around the hip. It comes from an odd angle for an MMA fighter. Nice catch by Duffy on that kick. The back foot out with the sweep. Oh, inside kick. Nice kick.
Inside kick.
That's
and
it,
ripping
relax.
shots to the body
Keep
as well.
the range, keep the range.
Yes,
Beautiful.
Beautiful movement.
Range, hands up. There we go.
Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful work done.
You got to watch the counter right hand of Joe Duffy. When he fought Mitch Clark, he hurt him with that pullback right hand before he jumped on that submission. As Vick attacks, watch that pullback right hand.
Next, the Oregon Ducks face off with Jake Browning and the number 12 Washington Huskies in a Pac-12 shootout. All the action kicks off next on FS1 or stream it live on Fox. Just over a minute to go here, round one.
Vick is starting to find range, and he's applying more pressure.
Look at that. There it is again. That's all timing. Change, double leg shot. But you got to watch yourself with Vick. Look at that in that guillotine.
Yeah, he's got some great chokes and long arms.
That guillotine, his go-to choke, but he bails on it here. A couple takedowns early for Irish Joe Duffy. Back to the center of the octagon, less than 30 seconds to go in the round.
Vick changing stances. Now he's the guy pressuring forward.
Nice 1-2 from James Vick. Nice counter from Duffy. Post-fight show immediately following the main event on FS1 or stream it live on Fox Sports Go. Joe, any major takeaways after round one for the corners? Duffy's appeared pretty confident with what they had done.
Yeah, they wanted Duffy to continue to use his footwork and his speed and make sure he controls the range. Vick's corner was really calling for him to utilize that jab. He's got a nice long jab and a good left hook behind it, so they want the 1 and the 3.
They're worried about Vick dropping his hands whenever they start to exchange because Duffy throws a good right hand. They're telling him, make sure when you guys are exchanging, don't drop your hands.
You're seeing good distance by Duffy, just getting just out of the way of those kicks, but then getting right back in front of Vick. But Vick did start to land that jab with more frequency towards the end of that round.
Those fingers.
Duff feints.
Coach Hobby really was happy with the feints in that round of Joe Duffy. But if there's anything he needs to add, is that leg kick. He's got a really good low leg kick. He needs to throw that leg kick, mix it up. Because right now, he's predominantly boxing, right? Oh, and then he was a high kick there. But yeah, he's been boxing so far, so mix it up. Mix up that attack as he did in the Madani fight.
Duffy would appear to have the speed advantage so far. Box strikes. Duffy landing at a 75% clip through 6 minutes. Vick staying mobile, able to touch Duffy there.
Over and over with that jab. And now Vick's doing a very good job of just mixing up his attacks. He do jab, 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 then knee, outside low kick. And that's that 3 the coach asking for. So he's listening to his corners.
Yeah, Duffy seems more hesitant. He just got counted there. He's having a harder time this round. There's not a lot of offense off.
Counter left from Duffy, but has had a good first 2 minutes of this second round.
See Duff feinting jabs so far, but not committing to it completely.
There, but the head movement's been pretty good. Now an inside leg kick low for Joe Duffy.
Vick with good success with that low kick. Several times he's landed that, and that one buckled leg of Joe Duffy. And he's switching up his stance as well. To me, it's like Vick is taking control of this here.
Yeah.
He's starting to land the more damaging shots. And is controlling the center of the octagon. See there? Getting off those hard jabs.
It seems as though he's figured out the range, right? So he's keeping Joe Duffy right on the edge of his strikes, and he's using that jab.
There was a good kick to the body by Duffy. But Duffy just seems much more hesitant in this round for some reason. And
the activity's going down a lot.
Yeah, his activity's gone down a lot, and just doesn't seem that confident in the exchanges.
The significant strikes starting to pile up for James Vick. In terms of the total strikes in this round, Vick 14, Duffy 7. Just over a minute to go here, round 2.
It really is hard to believe Vick makes 55. I mean, it's crazy when you see him at the weigh-ins. You're like, what?
I'm telling you, it was 155.2, so with room to spare.
I just wonder what he walks around at and what he's at right now.
So he normally shows up for fight week at 76. He was 72 on Tuesday.
Joe Duffy has really tried to take a counter-attack stance in this round, and this has not benefited him.
No,
James Vick is building, he's winning this round, and he's gaining confidence with every exchange.
Yeah, it seems like he's taking the round off, and he just got hurt again with that low kick. He's having a hard time moving. He's moving a little bit awkward on that left leg now. I don't know if Vick has picked up on it yet, but that low right kick has been very effective.
And look at all the technique that Vick is throwing at him. Superman punch.
Oh my God! He heard him!
Knocked out for Vick. Will he get him out before the gun here? That'll do it! James Vick finishes Joe Duffy!
At the buzzer. Literally at the buzzer.
James Vick has done it again. More reliable than ever. DC, take it away.
You saw James Vick get more and more confident as the round went on, and there, right uppercut, hurts Joe Duffy. He jumps on him. Duffy's covering, not moving. The referee stops the fight with 1 second left. Huge win over Joe Duffy.
It might not have even been 1 second. Let's hear it, because it might have been like an eighth of a second. I mean, it was at the buzzer, but well-deserved stoppage. Duffy was in big trouble, and he was just covering up.